I'm a little concerned that our real estate agents and our partners in the business do not understand that in October of 2008, something dramatically changed. Up until that point, what we had observed was the markets were receding in real estate. People were going, oh my gosh, the real estate business is changing. But in around October of 2008, the stock market joined us in this battle, and all of a sudden, it took a beating. Now people not only were looking at their real estate portfolios, they're also looking at their stock portfolios, their pension funds, their retirement plans. So now we're in 2009. And my comment that I made at Family Reunion was the next 180 days was probably going to be the toughest 180 days, maybe, in your entire career, for the rest of your career. Okay? Now, when I say that, what comes to your mind?
We're going to have to sort through a lot more people.
Okay.
So one thing I've been talking about on my coaching calls lately is you're just going to have to talk to more people, get to their motivation quicker. I'm motivated or I'm not motivated.
Right.
I'm realistic, I'm not realistic.
Right.
I want to sell, I sort of want to sell. More time on the phone, calling at different hours,
Right.
calling in the evenings, calling on weekends, calling on Saturday morning.
Right, that's right. Now, you and I were chatting earlier today, and you were talking about some earlier sessions you'd had with your productivity coaches.
Well, there were two things that came to mind, Gary. Number one, Michelle El-Zatari took a large bowl and put jelly beans in it. Now, prior to this, she took all the red jelly beans out. She said, here's the jelly beans in the bowl, here's the red ones. Now, I'm going to put the red ones in. And she stirs them all up. Then she goes around the room and she says, choose a jelly bean. Just reach in and get one, okay? Reach in and get one. Reach in and get one. And as they were reaching in and getting one, no one was getting the red one. And she says, that's like prospecting. You have to keep reaching in, making the phone call over and over, and eventually a red one popped out, and she says, well, there you go. That's how it works. And there's fewer red ones now. The other thing we discussed is, well, in today's market, many people think they sell real estate, Gary.
Right.
And actually, I think Chris Heller said it on his role model video. I don't sell real estate. I just follow my schedule, and there it is. The real estate gets sold.
You're going back to my favorite book of last year, which is Talent is Overrated.
Yes.
And the main theme of that book was it's time on the task over time. Deliberate practice is what makes people successful. And, they did the research on that, and it's 3 to 4 hours a day. It takes 3 to 4 hours a day, 6 to 7 days a week, at least 6 days a week, over a long period of time in order to get good at something. Well, when you talk about the schedule, immediately my mind goes to, well, then what you're telling me is I have to decide what really is important, and then I have to schedule that into my calendar, and then I just follow my schedule.
Right, and then forming a habit, and as we know, with the brain the way it works, I mean, you have neurons in your brain, and here's a neuron, and here's a neuron, and you have an axiom that goes between. All of a sudden, this thought comes, travels along the axiom, hits the neuron, and some kind of chemical goes into your body. Well, the more we go to lead generation, the more that axiom becomes stronger and stronger and stronger to the point that you wake up one morning and you don't lead generate, and all of a sudden it feels like, oh my gosh, I did something wrong.
Absolutely. So what are they going to have to do every day?
You have to lead generate, and it goes back to your continuum of massive success, massive failure. We have to live our life in the next 180 days on the I don't like to do it, I don't want to do it, I'm uncomfortable doing it, and guess what? Got to do it anyway.
Here's what Gary said. I'm gonna show on the board.
Okay.
Okay. There's this line that we live our life on. So these are things that you want to do. Okay? And you said write all those things down that you like to do. And then over here are the things that you don't like to do. Okay? So what happens is most people want to live their life over here. Over here is failure, and over here is success. And so those people that we know say marketing works and marketing will do everything because I like to do marketing and it's easy to do marketing and I love working on the MLS versus the people that pick up the phone.
If you only do the things you want to do or like to do, you're just average. That the goal is if you want to live above average, then you have to do above average, which means you'll move into the zone of the things that you don't necessarily like to do. But here's a truth that we know, the three of us know, that when you do something long enough and get good at it, you actually then like it because you have success. And so if they will practice something until they can do it, they actually will discover they enjoy doing it.
Great.
All right, very
Perfect.
good.